All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, April 26th. We are on the road here, so we do have an abbreviated version of the video. I know. Guys always on vacation. Doesn't that say a lot though? But anyways, usually we're diving into each and every game. I'm giving you my prediction on the side, the total, any player props that we like in the game. But when we do travel, we do an abbreviated hybrid version of the video, which I give you a few plays that I'm liking on the slate. So we do have 3 plays coming your way, 1 total, and then 2 player props. We may add some plays later on as well. So make sure you guys keep an eye on the pinned comment of this video. That'll take you to all of my final plays. So I'm actually rolling with myself. If that does interest you, just keep an eye on the pinned comment. It's absolutely free down there. But like I said, 3 plays coming your way. First, let's take a peek at how we did yesterday, and a whole lot of entertainment for a whole lot of nothing. We lose a little bit off the top, going 4-4. The Yankees money line really was the one that has me kind of twisted. They were leading late in the game, and then poof. I guess you could also say Marlins and Mariners. That one in the 5th inning, or was it the 4th? All of a sudden explode, and it's like, what the heck? I thought that was a winner, but you don't count your eggs before they hatch, right? So a 4-4 night, unfortunately there, but hopefully have it a little bit better of a night tonight. We're still, I would say, still feeling pretty good about the MLB season. Still seeing the board clearly. Some of these losses, like the Yankees money line, or even that under we just talked about, it's like I kind of feel like I would run that one right back and maybe it would win. But like everything that we talk about here on the channel, I guess you could say maybe could win. So it is what it is, guys. Let's go ahead and dive into today. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Play number 1. This is going to be the total that we like. So this is going to be the Nats and the Mets under 5.5 in the first 5. I like this play mainly because of how I would say these pitchers are going to pitch in terms of what type of balls they produce. Pause. But I would say that the ground ball should be pretty good here. You have 2 pretty decent ground ball hitting offenses as well. This season, Washington second in terms of ground ball to fly ball rate. New York 12th, they are 13th. And when I say this rank, it means the lower the number, the more ground balls they hit, which is good for a first 500. Keep the ball in the ballpark, right? So you have a middling of the pack here for New York. In terms of Washington, though, number 1 against righties this year, which we love to see. They're also really good against the fastball and cutter just offensively. But Clay Holmes is on the mound for the Mets, and we should be seeing a lot of sliders and a lot of sinkers. Sliders this season in terms of runs above average, Washington third to last in the entire league, and then the sinker there, they're in the bottom 10 as well. So we do like to see that in terms of Washington being able to hit the ball. There are some concerns I would say with Brad Lord on the other side of things for me here, because this Mets offense, I don't think we can deny has some absolute weapons on it. The question does kind of raise, well, are they going to, find their stride? And I said it in yesterday's video. There's a very good chance the Mets have found their stride. You know what I mean? Like they have been batting pretty well their last 5 games here: 7-5, 5-4, and 4 runs scored. Yesterday, 5-4, Kodai Senga against Irvin. Right. The final score at the end of 5 was 2-0 Nats. So the first 5 hit in this one, they did get to the Washington bullpen, which shouldn't surprise us here, but we don't give a rat's what about the Washington bullpen, right? So 2 pitchers, Clay Holmes, Brad Lord, should be producing a lot of ground balls. Brad Lord ain't all that great, but he gets the ball on the ground, which we like overall. And you throw in the weather, so I'm not sure exactly what to make of this one. So there's a chance of rain. I think it's 70% chance of rain, but there is 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing in the direction that we don't necessarily want to see, aka out of there. So that could be tough. I think it's blowing to right center or right field, which right field is only like 330 something down the line in Nationals ballpark. So yeah, kind of tough to see that, but ultimately, if we have any sort of swirling winds, which via ballpark pal we do see sort of during the game, the wind's changing direction. Right in the beginning of the game, it's actually blowing in from right field. So yeah, for the majority of the game, this might blow out. And again, I'm no weatherman, but let's just use the resources we have. Right at the beginning of the game, we could actually see winds coming in towards the batter's face. So for the long haul of this game, sure, that's why that total's at 9.5. That's why, I'm sure a lot of people don't mind the over because of Brad Lord, because of the Mets offense. But for 5 innings, just average 1 run per inning or less, and we'd be chilling here. You know what I mean? So under 5.5 is going to be our first play in today's video. Again, it kind of comes down to the type of pitcher that we'll see. I like the fact that we have, the Nationals shouldn't really necessarily hit the pitches that Clay Home pitches, but he's been good this year, right? Washington, I'm worried about Brad Lord, but I don't necessarily think that this Mets offense is going to lift him and take him deep. I think that he's at least going to keep the ball in the ballpark. So play number one, first 5 innings under 5.5 for the Nats and the Mets. All right, play number two here. Let's pull this one up. This is an interesting one, and yeah, we might be, no fingernails. We might be fingernailless at the end of this one because I think we could sweat it out. Hunter Green over 17 and a half outs. Now, Hunter Green is having a phenomenal season. I think we know that. Overall, I mean, he's coming off of a start in which you probably make the argument wasn't his best against Baltimore. He only went, 3 innings pitched. He threw like 77 pitches through that. Not exactly the best. But why do I like him over 17 and a half outs here? First and foremost, we're getting this at minus 160. You're probably like, yep, I'm going to stop you right there. I get it if you don't like something at minus 160, especially when I say it's going to be a sweat. But on other books here, we're looking at this in the minus 170. So there is a little bit of expected value there, even though it's such an expensive price tag. The reason I also like this is he's going up against Colorado. And Cincinnati's bullpen, a lot of the key arms went yesterday in that back and forth game in which we actually cashed Reds money line, right? And McMahon's under, so we actually spotted this game pretty well yesterday. The reason I say this is sweaty is because it is Colorado, right? We have wind blowing out. We have a decent temperature. In fact, it was, 70 degrees, 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. That could definitely get you to say, I'm not paying minus 160 for something like that. The reason I can justify the minus 160 is saying, okay, well, over on FanDuel, yes, minus 160, but on Caesars and other books, it's in the minus 170s. I think I saw minus 166 out there as well, but didn't have access to that book. So, yeah, this might be a sweaty one, but you have a really, really good pitcher on the mound, a guy that's been pitching phenomenally this season. He's hit the over here in 3 of his 5 starts so far to start the year. The only one he didn't, again, was that start against Baltimore. He has one start. It was against a decent offense. I'm mistaken, or forget who it was, but on the road in which he did hit the over. I think he went 7 innings or something in that game. So yeah, all we need is for him to get through 6 innings in this spot. In terms of his pitch mix and what we would see from him, uh, ultimately we know that Hunter Green's going to throw a lot of fastballs, right? This is a Colorado team. I don't know if I necessarily need to say this, but they don't really hit the fastball well. But then he moves to the slider. This guy is going to go heater and then slider. And the slider is his chase pitch. He actually on the season has a nearly 36% chase rate and an over 16.4% swing and miss rate, which I think the Rockies will do plenty of today on that slider, in which they are the worst team in the league at hitting the slider. So as long as he is dealing, which I think he can against this Rockies lineup, we might see them leverage him a little bit more and have that bullpen rest a little bit more because, again, they did pitch a lot yesterday. Their closer got the save, but pitched 2 out of the last 3 nights, and he pitched 15 yesterday. Santillan went 25 pitches yesterday, 21 pitches 2 days before. We saw Ashcraft pitch. I think did he get the win yesterday? If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong about that. But 26 pitches yesterday. Like, yes, these guys could in theory go, but they may want to rely on Hunter Green, who has been going deep into games this year. Maybe they're going to say, okay, you know what? Let's rely on him. He's dealing. We can give the bullpen some rest. And there's no better guy, a guy that's already going to want to go deep into games, right? So yeah, Hunter Green over 17 and a half outs. Give us 6 innings, and we cash this one. And again, I do get it if you think that's a lot of juice. During the baseball season, you guys have noticed I'm willing to pay a lot more juice than basketball or football or really anything, right? And that's because I think that it's just an entirely different sport when it comes to pricing. Like if something makes sense to me at minus 160 because I kind of have it priced out in terms of what I would put it at, like minus 170, or other books out there have it at minus 170, then I don't see the minus 160 necessarily. I see the 10 cents of value, if that makes sense. But everyone has their own strategies. This one doesn't seem too expensive to me because of all the, I guess, context around it. But let's go ahead and dive into the last play. If you made it this far into the video, guys, go ahead and comment 9. I really do appreciate the ones that watch the road videos here. Obviously, if I had it my way, we do the normal breakdowns every single day. I love talking about baseball. I love talking about all the sports. And, a 40-minute video is fun for me. It's recorded a lot more, but we cut it down, right? So I know the comments are like, oh, this is not the same. And it's like, yeah, but we're making do with what we got, right? life gives us lemons, we're making lemonade, and lemonade still tastes pretty damn good. So let's go ahead and dive into play number 3. Comment 9 if you made it this far into the video. And this is going to be a player prop. We're looking at, yes, our age-old under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and we're looking at Jordan Walker of the Cards here. Now he's going up against Quinn Priester. This is a spot in which I like the weather situation. I like the matchup. I think this is a good look for a player prop here. So starting with the weather, we have I believe it's 9 to 10 mile an hour winds blowing into the batter's face. So great. That's not going to, attribute or produce more runs than if wind was blowing out. I think we know that. We also have a total here sitting at 7.5, so it's already a pretty damn low total, right? So the game kind of fits unders, FYI. But why do we like him? So he's been kind of crushing, or he was crushing at the beginning of the year, but he's still hit the under in 14 of 24 games. So even though he's had some of these big games, not consistently, and he's missed this one in 5 straight, and he's going up against a right-handed pitcher today. One, he's not batting all that great. Like I said, he's kind of been drifting off. He's batting 202 on the season, but against right-handed pitchers, batting just 167. He has 11 hits, 4 runs, and 6 RBIs in 73 plate appearances. His WRC plus jumps down to under 50. Now we do have to worry some degree to about Quinn Priester, because Quinn Priester, though I think he's got some juice and some potential, I don't know if I'm fully there or fully behind him yet. His season stats, I guess you could kind of cut up to make whatever story you'd want to see. If you talk about him, at home, maybe he's a little bit better. Some of his numbers, like average against at home, are pretty good, but his ERA, his WHIP, not all that great. His expected numbers kind of mediocre. So, depending on what argument you wanted to make for Quinn Priester, you could probably make one, because he's just been, I guess, mediocre in my opinion. Nothing too notable. But what I will say is he throws the sinker, he throws the slider, and then the cutter. Those are really the 3 pitches that we have to worry about here today. The sinker is a pitch that Walker hits pretty well. His WOBA jumps from 252 to 340. His K rate drops from 29 to I think 28%. So okay, that's a little worrisome. But what I will say is Walker's been hitting the sinker this season. So this is the pitch he hits. Remember, he's been hitting this pitch fairly well when it's low and in to him. Against right-handed pitchers. Quinn Priester throws a ton of sinkers, but he keeps it almost exclusively low and outside, or just outside in general, kind of mid-outside as well, to these right-handed bats, which is what Jordan Walker is. So I do think that even the sinker to some degree, we can make an argument. I just talked about making an argument for Quinn Priester. I guess I'm kind of doing that because I think even the pitch that he throws a lot that Walker hits well may not be in the exact heat map spotting that we would like to see if we're on an over. We're on an under here. He's then going to go to the slider, which I think is going to be a great pitch. His WOBA drops to 230 when facing the slider, K rate over 30%. If we even look at it from a heat map perspective, it's pretty much all cold for Walker. So it doesn't matter as long as he's not hanging one over the plate. I think that we could see a decent get out pitch, or at least make him struggle with that slider. And then again, the last one would be the cutter. He also struggles against that. He doesn't strike out against it. He puts it in play, but he's just got a 180 WOBA here. So yeah, we could see a pretty good spot here as long as that sinker kind of works out for Quinn Priester and Jordan Walker doesn't love it. So 3 plays there, guys. Again, to recap, play number 1 is going to be the under in that Nats and Mets game. Play number 2 is going to be Hunter Green over 17.5 outs. Play number 3, we got Jordan Walker under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Again, make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment in case we add anything as we kind of do a little bit more research here before closing up shop for the day. And these are all half unit plays. We'll list that out with the post down in the pinned comment. But really appreciate you guys tuning into a hybrid version of the video. I understand this angle is kind of iffy. More chins, more wins. We'll catch you guys in the next one, right? Peace out.